I made this record for you to jam, so use it.
From the theme parks to downtown brick streets, from winter garden to sandy bare feet, everywhere the light touches is our kingdom. We're spilling tea and dropping wisdom. Don't worry about missing the headlines. We're here to help. It's the Orlando Shine.
It's the Orlando Shine Show with the Bus and Brendan.
That was the Bus. This is Brendan. We're hanging out in downtown Orlando. Right now.
We are actually where we began, Brendan.
Yeah.
This is where it all started.
In a hot little box on the side of the wall, which doesn't appear to be there.
No, it's over there. They moved it. I saw it.
Oh, there it is.
We're at the Orange County Public Library downtown
And the
campus.
Dorothy Lumley Melrose Center, which is their multimedia center.
Yeah, fancy. You got to have a special card to get in here, just a library card.
Yeah.
You got to take a test, though, right?
You do. It's to make sure that you, I don't know, are respectful and competent.
Yes. Yeah.
On paper.
But
we have said multiple times it's really to keep the homeless people out.
I don't think it's not necessarily.
Well, there aren't any in here, right?
Well, I don't know if you have a home.
You have to have a library card, and you have to have a course to be. How dare you? I rent. There are barriers to entry to get in here, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's just a bunch of people who are using the multimedia stuff. And we did launch our show here
10 years ago.
In a sound booth 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been 10 years I've had to see you every week.
Isn't it nice?
It's nice, yeah.
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
We're in a long-term relationship.
I think so. But no, this is where we started. We did our show here for a long time, and then we grew up and went out to different bars and restaurants. We've been back since.
Yeah, you got to Zoom because you're like, I can't sit here because our knees were like basically touching.
Well, I thought we needed to be in like a quiet space,
Yeah.
and then I realized we really didn't.
No.
So we now can go wherever we want.
I think that's what made the show, was being able to go different places.
Oh, absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
And I always hear like Tom and Dan, they're always like, I love that you get to go to a different spot every day.
Theirs might
See
sound
different-
better than ours, but ours is definitely on location.
I think
so
you sound all right. Don't you?
well,
You
it can be a little loud sometimes, but that's what gives it.
turn down your car radio. Turn down your Bluetooth.
But anyway, I'm happy to be here at the Melrose Center. I love the downtown library.
I do too.
Yeah,
You used to come here all the time to digitize CDs.
I did. I know. I did it at home. I didn't do it here. I just
You
borrowed
get
the
the
CDs. Now I have a streaming app, and I don't need to do that anymore. But no, the other thing I did here is when I lost my job at West Channel 2 and I needed to start a new career as a freelance video editor, I needed like the software to do it, and I came here and worked for like
for the
3-4
suite.
months before I could like actually purchase it. So my office was here for like 3 months.
Did I know that?
I came here and worked for a long time because they had Adobe and it was
Yeah.
quiet and I could get out of my house, and
Fast
so
Wi-Fi.
yes, all the things.
Yeah.
And so I'm eternally grateful to the
It's
Orange
always nice to
County
come back.
Public Library System.
And we're looking out. They have these windows that look out over Central Magnolia, so we're watching the two-wayification of the former one-way street. So right in front of the History Center and the Heritage Square, it's looking a little rough right now. There's going to be a lot of investment here. They're talking about this is where they're going to be moving the farmers market
Oh,
from Lake
really?
Eola. Yeah, they're going to move it to Magnolia
Interesting.
because real urban downtowns have a farmers market. They need that activity to help stimulate things.
I kind of like the farmers market where it is. It's
I
sort
do
of a
too.
nice space with trees and
A breeze.
shade and a lake and.
Yeah. And we'll see what
Okay,
happens.
I mean, I'm not opposed to having farmers markets along the street, but I think they got a good thing going where they're at.
If it ain't broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Bertelli used to do a farmer's market in Saline, an indoor farmer's
Oh,
market.
yeah?
Remember
Yeah.
that?
I kind of do.
People would line up around the street because it was air conditioned in the summer and
It's a good idea.
curated list of vendors. Yeah,
Good
they did a
idea.
Good job. How's your week?
It's good. You and I went to the Enzian on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
You broke my Chuck Norris cherry.
Yeah, we went and saw Invasion USA.
It's the first Chuck Norris movie I've ever seen.
It might have been the second one I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was terrible, but also fantastic.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah,
so.
there was a part where he was like, I'm going to slap you so... What did he say? I'm going to hit you so many times with my left, you're going to beg for the right.
Yeah, that was a good line. It was a good line. But it was a good movie. I mean, good meaning it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was a terrible movie, but fun to watch.
It made no sense. And it jumped around. There was no plot.
Nope.
Like, it didn't make any... Like, why were the Russians there? I don't understand.
Because they love America and they wanted to take over
what it
America.
was?
Something.
Like,
I don't know.
Better access to Coca-Cola products.
I don't know. It was fun, though. So thanks to the Enzian for having us. We had a good time.
I got back from Athens Pride Fest. If you want to watch a video of...
Athens, Georgia, not Athens, Greece.
Oh, yeah, well, it should be said. Yeah, Athens, Georgia. They Visit Athens invited me up, and so I had Brenda come out to play and interview people and ask them what they were proud about. And there's a fun little video up.
I need to watch it. I saw it, but I didn't watch it yet.
I think it's pretty good.
Athens is fun. It's a fun town.
I had never been. Very south.
Oh, yeah, it's a southern
right?
town.
It's a southern town, and you felt that, but also a college town. So
it's where the University of Georgia is.
Blue downtown, and then as soon as you're out of there, there's some good old boys driving pickup trucks.
I should have taken you to Alberton, Georgia, where my wife used to live.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's the granite capital of the world.
I love it already. Tonight I'm going to go see Noah Khan, so hopefully I will have seen some of your lovely faces in the crowd. I'll be taking pictures.
I had to Google who that was.
Oh, really?
That's how unhip I am.
Oh.
Yeah.
He actually broke out on TikTok. So
really?
That's probably why you don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I listened to it. I understand why he's popular.
There's a song called Stick Season, his first breakout album, and it's about like Christmas holidays and friends coming back and how you just drink the rest of the year waiting to see your friends come back from the big city. It's really good.
I was told he is like a male version of Taylor Swift.
Maybe.
Just meaning like kind of the songs he writes and the fans that he gets. And
I get it's very middle America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ryan Holmes on the Monsters this morning said like his wife just like loves him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Is she a God-fearing woman?
I don't know.
I feel like it's like salt of the earth, small town folks.
You'll find out
really
tonight.
Resonate well with him. Yeah. Well, I almost went in drag. I have a fantasy to go to one of these concerts and be a photographer in drag, but I don't want to get hate crimed on the way there, so it hasn't happened yet. And then we had a photographer who went to Silver Spurs Rodeo this weekend. So if you want to see those shots,
did we go together? No, I went like 2 years ago.
Been.
Okay, it's fun.
The photos make it look amazing.
It's a lot of fun. If you've never been to the rodeo, it's a fun time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to go. And then I have to say, shout out to Scotty Campbell, your sometimes replacement. We're launching a show for him on WPRK.
Really?
Yeah. It starts next week.
It's called Scotty Hates Everything.
Scotty Hates Everything.
That'd be a funny name for a show.
It's Rise and Shine with Scotty Campbell. It's 10 a.m. on Tuesdays on WPRK. And it's going to be talking about the top 5 articles of Orlando Shine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
We have the
I kid. I love Scotty. Now I feel terrible.
You should.
I should.
Yeah.
I thought he was competing with us,
No.
but it sounds like he's just accentuating us.
He is. He's helping us get the word out
That's
to
great.
a new audience. It'll be a new podcast that you can also catch.
That powerful antenna that WPRK has.
That's what I said. Even if only 5 people listen on WPRK, we also get a podcast out of it, and then we can share that.
Great.
That's what
I love
excited
it. I'll
about.
tune in.
And talking about the things from our e-newsletter that goes out every Monday. So if you're listening and you haven't signed up for our newsletter,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why aren't you supporting us as much as possible?
Brendan needs to eat.
I do. We have a lot of...
He's trying to buy a house.
One day. It's going to be 2 houseboats.
Maybe we should have a GoFundMe for you.
For me to buy a house.
Yeah, buy Brendan a house.
It's going to be a houseboat. A houseboat with a shed on the ground. A shed for all my drag stuff.
Do they have houseboats in Central Florida?
Yeah.
Where?
St. John's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like in Sanford?
Sanford has some. And then there's actually no rules against it in city limits.
You can
as long as you can prove that you can move it with a motor, you can have a houseboat in Orlando. This is legit. A maybe plan for me.
So you're saying nobody has one, but it's legal?
Yeah, I don't know why. If they do have it, I don't know.
Do you have to own the lake, though?
No, you just have to have access to the lake. So you have to have a lakefront property.
Interesting.
So that could be a little sliver of property.
So if you like rented a space on Lake Fairview where there's like a tiny village, and then just put a houseboat out there, you think you could get that might be in the county. I don't know if there's different rules.
I know the minute I do it in a very public lake like that, there's going to be complaints, but there's no rules. So maybe rules will come for me having gone out there.
But you've been godfathered in,
yeah,
so you're good.
I'm there.
Yeah, you don't care about anybody else.
All
right, let's get you a houseboat. What's a houseboat cost?
Like a good one, anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000.
Well, that's not very much.
Bad. It's not very much. It's less than a houseboat.
A lot of people in Amsterdam live on houseboats.
I love them. I love houseboats. Although there's something to be said about like how do you connect them to the utilities, or like do you have?
How do they do it in Amsterdam?
Well, they have like composting toilets and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I don't know either. So
I have a friend that lived on one. Maybe I can message her.
All right, you want to talk news?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. I have our latest SwanGate update.
Is it because there's a rainbow swan now?
It is what spurred it that I had not actually finished the story. I had it sitting in my drafts, and I was like, oh, crap.
There is a rainbow swan right now.
There's a rainbow swan. Patty Sheehan decorated. She got a wrap for one of the swan boats at Lake Eola. Obviously, it's rainbow because Patty Sheehan and Pride Month, and you either love it or you don't.
Is it for good? Like, I assume you wrap that.
I don't know if it stays or what.
Or is it just 30 days? I don't assume you spend all that money and it just gets torn off after 30 days.
Because they had a gold one. And
they did.
Is the gold
what
one
was the gold one for?
The Centennial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a gold swan.
I say leave it on until it starts peeling, and then either pay to do it again, or I mean, it might stay for 2 years in the sun.
Sand it off, just get a sander. Do whatever. Do what you gotta do.
Anyway, that's not what you wrote about.
Well, I did.
You did, but that's not what we're talking about.
I did. So that spurred me having to go back to this draft that I had forever. It was a follow-up on how the swans had been removed from Lake Eola, and at the time, y'all will, and I'm sorry, y'all, if you're tired of swans, I'll try to make this semi-quick.
You moved to the wrong city if you're tired of swans.
Skip ahead to the next one. The city said that they removed the swans because of pending construction at Lake Eola,
which they are going to do, right?
Yeah, and they said it was also following consultation they had
because several have died.
Half of them died.
Okay,
right?
More than several.
44 are left. I think there was 80 some there. And they famously got a breeder to come take a bunch out. I don't know if the ones that are left are just wild ones or if they just have not found a home for the next swath of swans, right? Anyway, there's still some there. It turns out somebody sent me they had done a public information request, and they got access to a presentation that was made in the Parks and Recs department sharing how much it would cost to actually have a correctly run swan program according to FWC standards, and it would have been $332,000 a year in ongoing expenses, as well as $55,000 in one-time startup, and maybe $77,000 for 2 additional park service workers, so $77,000 each for salary for them to just look after.
Plus benefits, I assume.
Plus benefits,
but yeah,
and to have a real contract with a veterinarian.
Okay,
so that's almost $500,000. And when you look at the presentation, John, it says, either we do it right, or we end the program.
Those are legitimate choices. I think that's a good way to look at it.
I agree. But when I was speaking with the city, I said, well, did you stop this because you heard from FWC and maybe it's expensive? And they said, oh, no, it's because of this pending construction.
Why can't it be both?
Why can't it be both? Why can't they? I actually think saying out loud, it's $500,000. We don't have that right now to look after swans.
Which I think you could carve that out of a budget if you really wanted to.
They
really wanted to.
$6 million for Constitution Green. They can find money if they want, but it's not a priority right now. And so, but just say that. Yeah. Just say that. That's why I wrote about it. I was like, I don't want to write about swans anymore, but you're making me write about swans because you literally told me it was because of something else, and then it turns out with this actual presentation,
it could have been this presentation could have been a factor.
Yeah, so just say that. Maybe money had to play, but ultimately this. Just say it. I hate that. I hate that. So now it's up. Now I had to write about it.
All right.
There it is on Orlando.
I mean, that's if you want those. I thought we talked about this. If you want those things in your community, you have to pay for them. You can't expect the swans to take care of themselves at Lake Eola.
And that's what they did historically for most of the program. That's exactly what they did.
Well, that's not really fair to the swans.
No.
I mean, if you go back 100 years, maybe that was fine.
Yeah, because there was nothing happening there. But then they started running it. It's literally under the venues department at the city because they treat it just like they do Kia Center and Camping World. So it's programmed every day of the year. There's something happening at Lake Eola, and that's not fair to 80, like an overcrowded Swan Lake. They're already stressed, and then there's all that other stuff happening around.
And if some fly in, you can't help that. I
yeah, which
guess.
happens all the time. So anyway,
all right,
it's up there. Go look at it if you want. This is kind of an Orlando story just because it happened here, but Southern Baptist, did you read about?
I did. So I didn't know that the convention was here.
Yeah.
So they do this convention. I think it's every year, every other year. I don't know.
11,000 delegates.
Oh yeah. So
from the Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
Convention.
So the Southern Baptist convention, their churches are linked, but there's not like it's a little confusing how this all works. Like they're independent bodies, but they all fall under like they kind of have rules, and you can get kicked out of it.
And they have representatives.
Yeah. So anyway, they meet somewhere every year, or every 2 years, and they vote on different things,
laws,
all kinds
church
of
laws.
like bylaws. Yeah. And so I think the big one that came out of the one in Orlando is to whether or not allow women to be in positions of authority.
Pastors.
I think not even just pastors. I think it's positions of authority. So you can be like an underling pastor.
Wow.
You don't have to be like the senior pastor. They are voting on whether or not women can do like anything that has any leadership. How I understand it.
It's so crazy, Bud.
Well,
as
there's
a non-religious person. To me, it's very interesting.
The way I'm not defending this.
They said it's liberalism in the church. It's coming from women in positions of power.
Yeah, and they're basing it off. There's certain Bible verses that say like men should be in charge. I don't know the Bible well enough, but I know there's some in there that say you shouldn't listen to religious teachings from women, something like that. That's what they're interpreting the Bible as. Obviously, other people have different interpretations of that, but this is what they're sort of sticking to. And
I guess they also passed resolutions condemning anti-Semitism, political violence, and affirming immigration enforcement. So there you go.
But I know the one with the women, it's not like concrete yet.
Vote.
You have to do it again. Like it has to pass by a certain amount, and then it has to pass again. How I read it.
One more vote.
Yeah, which would be next year too. So I don't know. I mean, it. I don't really have much to say about it.
I'm not Southern Baptist, so I guess I don't have any skin in the game. But
I think I read somebody.
Sounds like a good excuse to never be Southern
I think I read somebody who wasn't a Southern Baptist, who I think she was a woman. She's like, I do all the things that the men do, and if you start voting on this, we're going to have to like leave the convention. We're not going to be Southern Baptist anymore. They'll still be Baptist. They just won't be Southern Baptist.
All made up. It's all made up. All these made up names. Crazy. And then you can just choose what you do and don't do. Anyway, historic preservation. Have we talked about this yet?
A little bit.
So the Historic Preservation Board was told last week, hey, we're going to possibly suspend your powers in the downtown historic district for maybe 3 years, and we're going to vote on it on the 8th, and then there's another vote on the 22nd. If it goes through, you can just focus on residential stuff, because it turns out the city thinks that the historic preservation ordinances downtown are impeding progress and development downtown in the CRA. And so I had an opportunity to sit with Jeff Thompson, who's the chair of the Historic Preservation Board. He's been involved with the board for 18 years. He lives in Lake Eola Historic District, and he has a lot to say. So we have a bonus episode that's already out, but let's play a clip right now, John, so you can hear some of the things that he had to say about this move.
But that went before ARB, and look what we have. It's like we have empty movie theaters. We have empty, half the retail is empty. What was the old Court Street, which used to be kind of cool, is now this seedy, smelly, unsafe service alley. The parking garage
is a puddle that never goes away.
And the parking garage that's virtually unnavigable. So
it's interesting. I brought that up because part of the reason, Jeff, they were saying the city says that they're doing this to incentivize growth downtown. They're saying the historic preservation ordinance is perhaps an impediment. Not perhaps. They're saying it's an impediment to growth and businesses moving downtown, right? But then, so we'll get back to that other thing we were just talking about. But you have a point of you have said publicly, since that was claimed, that the Historic Preservation Board has not denied any.
So in the past 5 years, we have not denied a single applicant that has come before the board from this downtown district. Not one.
Through 5 years.
Through at least 5, and it probably goes back further. That's just what I could check.
And so when that is said, Jeff, then all I could think of is that maybe was the process too long for the development? Like, what does the process look like then to get the approval of HPP?
I mean, to me, it's less cumbersome than even the building permit process.
Okay.
So if you're trying to make it easy, then why would we have building permits? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's taking the argument to an extreme, but that's why, to me, the fact that this is part of the process doesn't hold water, because there's plenty of other aspects of the permitting building process in City Hall that takes time.
So the city, they've also said, we maybe like the most important part of a historic building is maybe the facade, and so something like this, by removing these impediments to developments downtown, maybe we can keep the facades, gut the interior, and then build something that's bigger for like larger retailers and things to move into. But you said that that's something that they were kind of promising, or what the HPV was asking for before the plaza moved in.
Right. So a lot of these arguments to me are a bit disingenuous. They're almost kind of like smoke screens. So you brought up a minute ago something about does it hinder value increase in the historic district? Well, in some respects, yes, because you could tear down every historic building and build a 50-story tower. Yeah, that's going to be worth more money. But it's like when you look at a map of downtown, you look at the historic district, it's tiny. It's a little blip. And you look at all the undeveloped land along I-4, the parking lots, the Sentinel Star property.
Things that are not hindered by historic preservation ordinances.
There's so much room in downtown to build. And they've been building. There's so many residential towers that have gone up that to claim historic preservation as the cause for problems downtown or this big impediment. Again, yes, it's you're not going to make as much money renovating a historic building as you would building a 50-story tower. But that's not the goal.
If you're listening to the Orlando Shine Show right now, you can thank Attorney Mo DeWitt.
I sure am thanking him right now. He does so many cool things around town in Central Florida, and I'm just so thankful that he's supporting Orlando Shine.
And if you want to find out more about Attorney Mo DeWitt, all you got to do is go to justcallmo.com.
Justcallmo.com. This week at Enzian Theater, they've got tons of amazing films for you to check out. And opening Friday, The Python Hunt, the South by Southwest Jury Award winner that takes you deep into the Everglades for Florida's wild annual python hunting competition. Director Xander Robin will be there in person Friday night and Saturday afternoon. If you haven't watched the trailer, you should. It's crazy. Also on screen, Tuner, the Florida Film Festival Audience Award winner for the director of Nalvany, starring Leo Woodall and Dustin Hoffman in a genre-bending thriller about a piano tuner pulled into the world of safe cracking. It's their final week. Saturday morning, Real Pride and the Enzian Film Club present a 4K restoration of The Celluloid Closet. It's a landmark documentary on queer representation in Hollywood, celebrating its 30th anniversary with a special talkback after the screening. And I have to say, it's one of the first gay movies I ever bought over at the Virgin Megastore in downtown Disney. Sunday and Monday night, the Hedwig and the Angry Inch 25th Anniversary Tour with writer, director, and star John Cameron Mitchell appearing in person for a Q&A and acoustic performance. Come in costume. And Wednesday, the world premiere documentary Greg Allman, The Music of My Soul, from the director of Walk the Line. Enzian Theater, blah, 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 movies. This episode is sponsored by Legacy Life Project, and this one is especially meaningful. Legacy Life Project creates beautifully crafted video biographies that preserves life stories on film. They capture voice, wisdom, and personality in a way that photos or written memories simply can't. Recently, the Legacy Life Project team traveled to Canada with me to the North Shore of Lake Superior to interview my father, and I was there for the entire process, including filming on location at archaeological sites that my father had worked on through his career. And that's exactly what Legacy Life Project does. They help families preserve stories and moments that matter in a way that feels intentional, respectful, and lasting. So to learn more or to start your own family's legacy story, visit LegacyLifeProject.com. That's LegacyLifeProject.com. Summer is sensational with Orange County Library System. Summer at your library returns June 1st to July 26th with reading challenges and fun for everyone. Starting June 1st, visit a library location near you to pick up reader trackers. Kids can choose one free book donated by the Friends of the Orange County Library System while supplies last. Learn more about the reading challenge and free events for all ages. They're giving out free pizza at ocls.org/summer. That's ocls.org/summer. If you don't like pizza, ask them about the fried chicken.
I made this record for you to jam, so use it.
Welcome back to the Orlando Shine Show with the Bus and Brendan.
That was the bus, and this is Brendan.
We're here at the Orange County Public Library, right downtown here, the main campus.
Let's rewind to that noise you just made. It sounded like you ate a cookie.
We're here at the Melrose Center. If you're not familiar, this is like the fancy part of the library, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
You could do like photography, and I think there's a music studio here.
There's a
and
video studio.
all kinds of stuff.
There's a 3D printing lab in their maker space, and the 3D printers, you have to take courses before you can prove.
Yeah, they don't let you just start messing around.
No way. You got to prove you're smart and take a class.
But it's a lot of fun, and I think you have to take you have to be a library member. I think you have to take some sort of test to be here. It's really I passed it, so it can't be too hard.
No, it's like a presentation.
Uh-huh.
And then that's a quiz to make sure you listened.
Yes.
Yeah, about the rules.
But it's nice. It's quiet in here. There's no books in here.
No books. That's why it's your favorite part of the library.
Maybe just a little quieter. You can work in here if you ever need to.
Yeah, no homeless people.
It's cool.
No kids.
I don't think they like you saying that. You think they like you saying that?
I think they all agree.
Oh, okay. It's the unspoken thing.
Yeah, they can't say it as the workers and stuff, but as an OCLS ambassador, which I am for Orlando Shine, we have a relationship with the library. We're proud.
For now.
I'll go out on a limb and say there are no homeless people in the Dorothy Melrose Lumley Center.
Mm-hmm.
I just messed that name up. News. We were just. You guys,
Oh yeah, we should talk about the historic preservation.
Yeah, so it's moved forward. We're waiting. That was Jeff Thompson you heard before the break. If you didn't hear it, you can hear his whole. It's like a half-hour interview that I did with him over at the Eola General, hearing about what he's worried about with this moratorium that they're putting on it, a possible moratorium.
And they passed this on, the first reading was on the 8th. And there's another one.
On the 22nd.
And this is to strip the board? Or is it to get rid of the board? Or just take away their power?
Take away their oversight of historic preservation, like permitting stuff. And it's going to go to the Appearance Review Board instead. But they will have no training on it. And they're not going to be enforcing historic preservation. Like that ordinance is basically on pause. So, for instance, like if you were going to go, if a developer bought the Crest building,
yes,
and wanted to just gut it, there would be nothing there to protect it, other than like maybe to make sure the appearance review, like if the appearance review board wants to make sure that it still has a sidewalk and it's doing
so the outside would look the same.
Well, he could also just demolish the whole thing, and then there's protections, and Jeff talks about it. Even if they, in this first year, they get maybe like 12 applications and then decide they don't want to do it anymore. Those 12 applications still have to be honored, and they'll have 2 years to demo their building. And then if they demo their building, John, there's nothing to be said that they actually have to build there. They can actually just land bank, which means just sitting on it for a little bit and letting that price go up, and then they can sell it to somebody else as just like a development ready blank slate downtown.
So maybe tell me from the city's perspective why they want to do this.
Well, according to the first article we did, I talked to Lillian Payne, the economic development director for City of Orlando.
I need to call her.
She's great.
She called me about something in my neighborhood, so I need to call her back. Anyway, go ahead.
She's very responsive, and I like her, and I like Jason Burton, who's the chief city planner. You know, say what you want about Jason. He's got some opinions, but he's also very nice too, and he's been a great supporter of me through the years. But I was very surprised to hear them taking this stance, and they really think that by removing this extra red tape, that it's going to open up maybe a little bit more of a gold rush for this downtown corridor, because they want people to invest. They want larger name retailers to come in. And we've talked about this before. The smaller footprint of the shops downtown aren't conducive to larger stores wanting to come in, because it just doesn't make sense monetarily. The price per square foot is too high. They're not allowed to really update the building to suit their branding standards or whatever. Like when we had the Walgreens, it wasn't really a Walgreens.
No, it was a little different than most Walgreens that you would shop at.
It didn't have the things that they needed. And then ultimately they closed and moved out of downtown. So now it's just this empty space. We have a Walgreens looking sign on the side of the building. So
the city thinks that if we lift these restrictions,
it's what they're saying. They're saying if we lift these restrictions, that it will be a flood of.
There's all these people that are just waiting to go.
But when you look at
can they cite an example?
No, not really.
that you know of?
Said, can you give me a list of buildings that you're hoping this can help with? Like, could you give me an instance of somebody being turned away?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious
about.
And
Jeff says they haven't turned anyone away in 5 years.
So
in 5 years, nobody's been turned away. And when you look at the map of the historic district, John, which you can if you go to OrlandoShine.com, I'm going to leave it up as the main story through the weekend.
There's like 50 properties or something,
it's
or 60?
It's not much.
Oh.
And so there's a picture of the overlay of the entire CRA, which is the downtown redevelopment agency. That's where they redirect taxes back into downtown Orlando. That's what they're saying. It's not getting as much development as the rest of downtown. Why? They're saying it's the historic stuff. But when you look at it, it's this tiny little orange square in the center of this CRA overlay, which is the size of his fingertip. He's literally pointing at it and they're saying this little orange blip is what's keeping everybody away from developing downtown. I can tell you, there's like 5 empty lots downtown.
There's one right by the courthouse.
There's
an entire Orlando Sentinel building that could be redeveloped.
Right? Neither of which are historic buildings. So there's nothing keeping development from happening in those empty lots.
Why is that not a historic building? That building's been there for 100 years, has it not? 75 at least. It was a department store. Anyway.
It's like mid-century.
But maybe the city argues, well, they're not even applying to do things because they know it's going to be such red tape that's why we're not getting. But I don't know if that's true or not.
Jeff says he thinks it's because they can overrule it, right?
The city can.
The city it's already in the ordinances. They can overrule whatever the Historic Preservation Board says.
Do they do that?
They have done it. The last one of the biggest instances is when the Historic Preservation Board was approving the Plaza building,
where the theater was
notoriously empty right now. Right? Giant big building.
It was before my time here.
Knocked down the Woolworth building, a historic building, which was there. They had suggested to the owner, Cameron Kuhn, you can demo, you can alter this building, but you have to keep the facade.
Keep the front of it.
Keep the front of it so it still looks so, but then build on top of it. Build extra on top, but keep that immediate building facade as is. He didn't want to do that. So he had it overruled at City Council. And then they demolished it that day.
Wow.
The whole thing just removed.
This would have been about 2005 or 6, right? Because I think it opened in like 08.
So Jeff is saying, that's already an instance of where the city has proven they don't have to take the suggestion of the Historic Preservation.
So then why get rid of this?
So why get rid of it, right? He says it might be because they don't want a record of someone from City Council going in
approving
there to approve this overruling, and that's what will happen with this moratorium. They won't have to vote on it at city council. They won't have to stick their neck out and say, "I don't want."
Because people don't. Sometimes they don't want to be the person who says, "Yes, demolish that old building."
Politically, but
they might want to, but they don't want to put their hand up and say, "I want to."
But if there's a nefarious reason, which is maybe what he's alluding to, because I think that's where people go.
There's a lot of developers, and there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of money
around,
involved.
and they're saying, maybe if you have a family member who's working for a developer, then you don't have to say, "I don't want," I would love that place to be demolished, because then everybody knows that you're advocating for the benefit of your family member, right?
Mm-hmm. So, let me ask you this, Brendan, though. I was thinking about this on the way here because I knew we were going to talk about it.
Okay.
Like, is there a fine line between keeping a property forever that's historic and just letting it sit there against maybe demolishing it and putting something there that people are going to use and that revitalizes?
Another example of stewardship and how stewardship in municipal government needs to be taken more seriously. And so this is just another example beyond like the swan thing that I'm sorry we're talking about swans again, but that was an example of we could have been really good stewards of those animals, of the lake. Yes, the lake is a stormwater retention pond, but maybe there's a way to make it not as gross. And maybe there's a way to make it not as gross for the swans, so they're not blind and full of worms. Like, maybe there's a way that we can make their quality of life better if we're going to keep them in public space, right? And thereby making our lives better by doing that. So I think that also applies, John, to historic buildings. If we want to keep our historic buildings, then maybe there needs to be incentives already in place to help keep those buildings looking good. We have the CRA budget. Why are we spending CRA monies? Why aren't we using it on ways to restore some of these tiles on some of these historic buildings? Some of these, why don't we have a grant that just already comes in to help restore some of these windows or help repaint them? There should just be a beautification upkeep thing that could just happen if you want to keep historic buildings.
I think I alluded to the number 50 or 60. Isn't that roughly the number of properties?
I think 60 is the number.
I don't know if I can name all 60 or what I could I'm
there's
sure
a guy
there's
I've been following on Instagram. He's like, I bet people can't even name one.
I saw that.
building.
I know what you're talking about.
Right?
Yeah. And and to his point, there might be some of those 50 or 60 that are less historic than others. So maybe there are a few that might have to go.
I thought they would be brave enough when I asked Lillian and Jason, is there a list of buildings that you would personally like to see just go away?
Or kept, vice versa. Is there maybe one building downtown? I'll ask you, Brendan. Is there one you're like,
Crest
okay,
building, beautiful.
Okay, so that one would, if that one got demolished, it'd be darn. That's not what I want one to go.
Because it looks like an Egyptian temple.
It's a cool building. It's a really cool building.
And keep it. Or the One North Orange building that the city bought, right? And that's
which one's that?
It's the empty bank building.
Oh, yeah.
To Wall Street, and that's another thing.
But I think that's a good example of one, what are you doing with it? Are you going to do something with it? Or are you just going to let it sit there for another 20 years?
An RFP process. They're asking for proposals from people to come in. What would you do with this?
We talked about this a little bit last week.
I did.
There's no parking
what's
at
your
that
plan?
building. I'm sure you could do cool stuff with it, but
you don't need parking. There's no parking minimums downtown, so you don't.
I'm just saying that one has sat there since I moved here in 2010.
I don't know. Anyway, I got it all horse. There's so much more to talk about.
All right,
Morse Museum. Let's just go through it quick. These other things. Morse Museum is expanding out back. They have a building that's off.
I love the Morse Museum.
I do too.
In Winter Park. If you've never been, go.
It's not just for old ladies.
It is for old ladies, but it's not just
old
for old
ladies.
ladies.
Love it.
Yeah.
So it is specifically.
I like it. I think it's a great museum.
Yeah.
It's known for its Tiffany glass, if you don't know.
And then there's that Tiffany church.
Yes.
That's in there.
It's a cathedral from the World's Fair. It's great. It's fantastic.
Gorgeous. So they're renovating a pavilion out back, but it's really just going to be office stuff. But congratulations to them for flexing and building out. I love that. Jeff, we already talked about Jeff. Southern Fowl Restaurant is coming to Curry Ford. This is V.A. Probst. She used to be the other half of Seven Bites, which Seven Bites doesn't like us to say that, but she was there for a long time. She was the chef. She was also behind that place, that short-lived Italian place
Oh, yeah, where
in Ivanhoe.
Gnarly Barley is now.
Yes. She didn't break the curse. The curse got her on that building. It was only broken by Gnarly Barley. They are opening a place in Curry Ford West in the former Graffiti Junction space.
I'm not even sure where that is.
Oh.
I didn't. That's not my hood, so I don't hang out there as much.
Closer to where Black Rooster used to be.
All right.
Ring a bell?
Cool.
Over there,
Cool.
Love that. She's had a stall at the Avalon Marketplace for a while and did really well. So it's like Southern comfort food. Make sure you go say hi and support her. That's opening on soft opening June 17th. So next week. Gatorland evacuated.
Bomb threat.
But
Dang.
But also a bomb threat at the Central Florida Zoo.
Oh, same person, you think?
My gut says probably, John.
It's probably one of those people who is. I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
One of those
somebody.
vegans?
No, I don't think so. I bet it's just somebody out of state who is messing around. I shouldn't say messing around because it is very dangerous and very illegal to do all this. But they just call in bomb threats plaplaces. And, but you have to take them seriously.
Across the country, zoos and aquariums have
oh,
had
really?
bomb threats called in. So.
Maybe it is an animal activist that is just sort of trying to disrupt
what
things.
If it's like a 12 Monkeys pre-warning?
I don't know.
We were about to get the 12 Monkeys virus.
But they had to evacuate Gatorland.
Yeah.
And get everybody out of there.
Everybody out. Same with Central Florida.
Except for the Gators. They stayed put.
The Gators stayed. They said, screw those Gators. Can you imagine trying to backpack
we should say no
those
bomb was found.
No bomb was found at either of those places. Speaking of bombs, City Arts is celebrating their 20th anniversary, just up the street on Magnolia.
We'll be there next week.
We are going to be there next week. We're going to hopefully we'll talk to Barbara a little bit about what those 20 years have been like. I think she's been there most of that time.
I think so too.
Right? Even when it was up the street and when it's City Arts Factory. And I'd love to hear about it. It's a downtown gallery space in the beautiful Ford Keene Rogers building.
It's the green building.
The green one.
how I recognize it.
It used to be an English gentleman's club.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Meaning what? Like a whorehouse?
Oh, I don't know. I think that probably happened. Like University Club. Like it just kind of, prostitutes just kind of happened.
Prostitutes were much more
I think it's just like a social
accepted in the 1800s,
yeah,
I think.
They were fun. They like to touch their hair. Garden Theater launching their new season.
So they decided to pick somebody to do their productions.
DNA Productions is the name of the group, but I think they actually really did like trade shows and stuff, like convention-y things, and now they've branched into programming this for the old historic theater.
It's a great theater in Winter Garden. If you've never been, it's right there downtown, and it's
stars like painted on the roof.
Yeah, it's like the perfect place to have a local theater and do productions for people.
Has to be family friendly. That was
all right. That's the rule.
Yeah,
interesting.
We only want family friendly productions, but the first production is the Rocket Man show, so an Elton John tribute.
I mean, that's family friendly, right?
Yes.
He has a life story that's family friendly.
Sure.
The drugs, the alcohol, the men.
The men.
Yeah.
All the men. That's always makes me laugh when conservatives play YMCA.
When they love Queen.
They love Queen. They love YMCA and the Village People, but they vote against them. They love
I'm glad the Winter Garden Theater is back in production and doing stuff.
I am too.
That's
and downtown Winter Garden needs that. They need a win right now, a local win.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know anything about this production crew, but I hope they do well, man. We'll see how they do. Hoods Up. The space, the infamous place that has been empty forever, just had a little garbage can full of pool noodles for, 20 years, just sitting empty at the corner of, what is that, Robinson and Bumby?
Yeah, in the Milk District.
Now, people are ready to say it's being run by Good Salt Restaurant Group on behalf of the Ustlers, and no surprise there, because every one of their locations is in an Ustler development. So what
kind of food are they going to have? Do you know?
I'm hearing Asian street food. I heard about this like a month ago, and I've been trying to get them to give me more information, and they didn't give me any information, John. And then the day that she finally answered my email, she had answered everybody's email. So everybody beat me to the punch on this story. So I'm a little mad. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But the working name right now is Paper Kites, but they say that could change too. So who knows? They're closing it all in. which I thought was an interesting.
I mean, it's a small space, right?
It is really no parking. They actually got talk about a flex, but they were supposed to. Do I have it written down? They should have had 18 parking spaces according to code, but they got it. They've already been approved for a variance, and they're getting 10 spaces instead, so 8 short. And that area, which is already like
there's already some parking wars over there.
Iron Cow has been closed a couple times because the city says they don't have enough parking spaces. It's
Really?
Yeah, because they had a patio that they were allowed to build during the pandemic and COVID, and when nobody was allowed to inside, they built a patio, and then they kept the patio because they invested in it, and the city was like, no, you need to get rid of it now because you don't have enough parking spots. And they were like, how is it okay then and it's not okay now? And they're like,
No rules during COVID.
right?
Different
I guess.
rules.
Different rules. That makes me crazy too. Oh my gosh, we didn't talk about the earthquake. You didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it. No, but everybody else seems to have. There was an earthquake off the coast of Cuba.
In the middle of the historic preservation vote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was in Cuba, like 6.1 earthquake.
6.1 off
and
Cuba.
a lot of people here in Central Florida felt it, but I was in Maitland, didn't feel a thing.
Didn't feel a thing. I felt it, and I actually was worried that it was my blood pressure.
Thought you had a heart attack and you were
A little
dying?
bit. I thought, oh God, because I had, what did I have?
You're like, may or die, are you going to save me?
I'd hit some.
Who's giving me mouth to mouth in this room?
Mouth to mouth. I wasn't there at City Hall.
Who would you pick on the
I was at
council
home.
if you had to?
If I had to, or cheese.
Oh, yeah. He's got that mustache.
Yeah. And he has a deep voice. I like that. Who
You
would
think plus he was a police officer, right?
Yeah.
He would save you.
He would actually just do it and not think it was too gay. He'd probably even slip a little tongue in it too and just be like, oops, you're gay. Who would you have to get
On the council? Oh, man, I guess I don't know all the council members. I have different choices than you do.
Burns, maybe, cause
Okay, yeah.
And I know he's a little freak. What was that story about him getting a death threat for somebody?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole story about Bakari Birds having an affair with somebody in another state. Am I going to get in trouble?
No, there's something there.
Allegedly.
Anyway.
Get in trouble. I guess we're out of time. We're out of time.
All right, we're out of time.
Go read the story I have up about OUC being told by the feds they have to keep their coal.
Keep burning that coal, baby.
Yeah, and not for us, but for possible future data centers, is what they were told by the feds. They were supposed to decommission a plant. The feds said, no, we might need that for data centers in Florida. And they can't say anything about it because it's
I
emergency.
feel like
order.
everybody's against these data centers.
Well, they're terrible. And they use all your water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We don't
when
have
I
any
said we
water.
could talk about it another day, but both liberals and conservatives seem to be against them.
Yeah. I get the only future for them is in space. They say build them in space.
Really?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Because it's cold.
All right, we got to go.
Okay, let's go.
Thanks to the library for having us. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
From the theme parks to downtown brick streets, from winter garden to sandy bare feet, everywhere the light touches is our kingdom. We're spilling tea and